Hey guys, I'm Tim Lance with Red Dog Bushcraft. Thanks for joining me for another video. Out here on a little hunt today, and I shot a video the other day on how I maintain my knives at home, at least one of the methods that I use. And I've got one today while I'm out here taking a little lunch break on this hunt. I've got a knife that needs to be touched up, so I thought I would bring you in here a little bit closer and show you what I use as far as touching up my knives when I'm out in the field. Stand by, I'll bring you a little bit closer. I'll show you what I got. Okay, all I've got is a tree that has fallen over here, and it's pretty stable. And I just keep a piece of this. This is that test piece of cloth that I did to see if I could get some 100% cotton cloth to turn into oilcloth, and it's done an awesome job with that. And that makes a nice thing to kneel down on and not get your pants all messed up. Now, I carry a couple of things to take care of my knives while I'm in the field. One is inside this little notebook here, actually two. And one is just this little diamond rod, and I keep that turned around so that it stays protected. And I like this little thing because it has a hook sharpener built into it, and it's hard to find a decent hook sharpener that's not too big. There you go. I think you can see that groove in there. And it's a round diamond rod, but it has a flat side on it. And if you just want something to touch up a knife, it has a secondary edge on it, and you want to have something just to clean and touch that edge up a little bit, that flat side really does a nice job. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. The two pieces of kit that I want to show you that I use is just a little D5 stone. And I forget the maker of this thing. I couldn't pronounce the name if I did know it. F-A-L-L-K-N-I-V-E-N, and I'm sorry, it's a DC4. There you go. Inside this little leather pouch is a stone, and we have a diamond edge on one side and like a ceramic on the other. And I do keep a couple of nails in the bottom of this thing, and these are just little 1-inch brads, and they come in handy. You can actually drive them into the wood and lock your stone into place. Now, the reason I picked this particular tree here is because of this little, there was a limb coming out here and there's a little knot setting up. And what I like to do is just kind of find me one of them and flatten it off. Man, look at that fat wood. Holy cow. That is some beautiful stuff right there. Wow, we're going to have to collect up a little bit of this. Oh my word, that is just so resinous. Let me show you this. Look at that. It looks like bacon. It's so thick in resin. We're definitely going to take some of this back with us. But anyway, all you want to do is get your place flattened off big enough so that your stone will sit there flat, so your stone's not wobbling. And then I just work on, how in the world? I didn't cut myself. Little nick, blood on a knife, it's going to happen. Alright, then this is just a Mora high carbon. Anyway, I forget the model. But anyway, what I like to do is just, I lay the blade flat, find my edge, and I just start working it. Once I found that edge and I start working it, because that stone is now locked in and I'm pushing it against this knot here, my hands aren't in front of it when I'm cutting towards it. And to do the other side, I just simply flip it over and start doing the same thing. Now, since this knife is just a little bit dull and I don't really need to be taken off a lot with the diamond, I'm not going to concentrate on that side. I'm going to concentrate more on the smoother side. And the nice thing about these stones are, they do not require any type of lubrication. No oil, no water, no nothing. And just a few strokes. And if your knife hasn't gotten too far out of whack, you can touch it right back up. And I'll repeat that process as many times as I need to bring that edge back. Now the final thing I like to do is I use a strop. And a lot of times I'll keep a piece of leather with me. A lot of people will put this grit on the back side of their belts. I don't. I keep a little piece of leather with me. I find it comes in handy for a lot of stuff that I like doing while I'm out. And since you have this place that's already flat, you can simply lay that knife on there, and you don't have to do big, whole, long sections of the leather. You can strop a knife just working on the small piece of that strop, just enough so that if you did get a little bit of that roll or that thin piece of wire on the edge, you can clean it up. And in a base camp type situation, where you're there at night around the campfire, especially if you have some split wood that you're dealing with, you can sit there and you can do this, and you can get these knives to where they're just at an absolute mirror finish. Doesn't take a lot. Just a little small stone is really all you need. Carrying the leather strop is just something I do because I don't know, I just keep it with me a lot of the times just because it's so handy. I like stropping the knives. But that little knot and carving you off a flat place really makes a big difference in trying to control that stone. Now of course you can always go that extra mile and put those little nails in if you want to. There's your closer look at that Fatwood. It's just absolutely beautiful stuff. And this is a big piece of wood, so I might be able to get some good stuff out of here. I started to saw through this log. I just wanted to show you this. This is fresh off now. No drying, no nothing. Look at that, flame right up. That is going to be some prime stuff right there. You can get some of this cut up and take that home with me. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this little section on just one of the ways that I sharpen my knives when I'm out in the field, just keeping them touched up. Never letting them get too dull makes a big difference as far as your knife maintenance. If you constantly touch it up, wise man once said, you sharpen a knife once, you hone it for a lifetime. There's a lot of truth in that. So thanks for joining me once again. I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft, home of global safety and survival. Until next time, God bless. Let me show you this piece of Fatwood up close. Went ahead and cut up a little bit of this. Nice stuff. Take care, guys.